So, little Spartan, you've recovered Zeus's precious box, but you will not live long enough to see it opened. I will see to that. Goodbye, Spartan. You will rot in the depths of Hades for all eternity.
And with his death, Kratos is sent to the depths of the underworld and into the realm of the Dark Lord Hades.
Hades is the god of the underworld, and we also call the underworld Hades. It's a kind of a shorthand for the house of Hades. He is both the underworld and the god who represents the underworld.
He was the lord of all the souls in the underworld, of every single living being that died. And he got this position when he and his fellow brothers, Zeus and Poseidon, after they won the Great War, they had to figure out a way how they were gonna split up the world. Zeus took the skies, Poseidon got the seas, and Hades got everything underneath. He got the underworld.
Hades' grip on Kratos, however, was not eternal, but short-lived.
Ah, Kratos. And not a moment too soon. I only finished digging just a moment ago.
Who are you?
Now that is an interesting question.
The old man that helps Kratos is Zeus, and Zeus's whole purpose is to guide Kratos to defeat Ares, because Ares is out of control. He's on a wreck-loose crash course, and Zeus doesn't really know what to do with him, and he's concerned that maybe Ares has ideas on getting Zeus's throne for himself.
In God of War 1, there was definitely the problem of Ares taking out the city of Athens, and I think Ares was a threat to the pantheon of gods. Ares had kind of gone crazy with power and bloodlust, and the gods were worried.
So even though the gods are very, very powerful, they still need to take on the form of humans sometimes in order to kind of steer the course of events in human affairs. They can't just will something to happen and have it happen. So we often get examples of the gods taking on human form and coming down to human beings and either advising them or tricking them in some way in order to try and steer the events in the direction they want them to go.
Most of the gods meddle in human affairs in one way or another. To do so, they have to assume mortal form. A god can't be seen by a human in his true grandeur. The human would die. It's very much like the Judeo-Christian tradition. You cannot see the face of God and live.
In Greek mythology, when you die, you go to the underworld. You're supposed to be dead before you go there, but it's a special marker of particularly exceptional Greek heroes that they can actually go to the underworld when they're alive.
The name for the journey to the underworld is actually katabasis. It means a going down, because they envisioned that the underworld was literally a place beneath the earth. Most people thought that if you go to the underworld, you're not going to come back. So only a few select heroes are able to negotiate the journey because it's dangerous and it's scary. It requires you kind of staying within yourself.
There's a number of instances where classical Greek heroes venture into the underworld and return. They seek out typically the advice of spirits who've passed on, or sometimes even to speak with Hades himself. There was no sense of real finality in going into the underworld.
And so this obviously is pretty different from what we think of in a biblical tradition, where once your soul departs from your body, it can't get back in and you can't come back.
With his resurrection from the depths of Hades, Kratos opens Pandora's box.
The monster you've created has returned to kill you.
And challenges Ares to become the only mortal to defeat a god.